It just seems like intuition and, and conceptual knowledge, intuitive. I don't even know if I can say intuitive knowledge, but I guess so. Subconscious knowledge versus conscious knowledge. I just feel like the divide is getting bigger because it's just like reality is like, man, you all and these ideas really don't have any application to what I'm doing over here. And people with ideas are like, no, you people over here who don't understand the ideas don't get it. And they both have value. So they, to me, both of those positions are kind of ridiculous if you take them to the extreme.
At the extremes, yes. Everything is contextual value. And it's very frustrating when people just skip over the context. Like, why would I need to know that? Why would I want to do anything differently than just finding something that's super practical right now? I'm like, because sometimes the principles matter. Sometimes the right now part changes. And then we'll want to know what to do.
Well, the principles are good for guidance. You
Hmm.
know, that's the thing. They don't stop you from doing anything in the moment. You may be in a moment and decide, you know what, I need to. Just, I wouldn't say I need to throw the principle. It depends, man, because a lot of times you don't need to throw a principle out. You really need to adjust it. But
Especially when you get new data. That's always a great part.
yeah,
People aren't always paying attention, but for the people who are, I'm like, this is the time to adjust your principle. We can have
right.
evidence-based, guidance and direction. That's always a interesting way to look at it. We could just try, guys. Just try at all. Do you have a perspective that is rational?
Yeah, I think the easiest way for me to think about principles is to think about, especially for somebody who's technical, a science head or somebody like that. Think about a
Mhm.
principle like a bell curve. Instead of just saying, oh, we have new data, let's throw the bell curve out. I was like, oh, you just add the data to the data set.
There
And
you
so the
go.
bell curve starts to smooth. And that's
Mhm.
exactly why bell curves work. Because with more examples and more data, we get to the standard curve.
Mhm.
But people just think like, oh, well, we got to get rid of that thought. Sometimes the answer is yes. But sometimes you just really need to evolve the thought and
Right.
just say, see, in this situation, that thought doesn't help because of X, Y, and Z. But it's not completely useless, especially for something that's an old idea. If it's been working for like 100 years, like I just usually default to the thing that works and then ease into the thing that's experimental. Whereas though some people not necessarily like that.
It's true. And then, there's some parts of it's a novelty, but there are other people who just like, I can't hold two thoughts at the same time. Gonna put down the old thought, gonna pick up a new one. Just gonna try it now.
It's crazy.
When that stops, I'm gonna put down that one. That's the that's the old thought. I'll pick up a new one. I'm like, all right, but like you're never gonna be able to know if any of these things are good or bad because you're just changing the standard every single time. So I can't,
Right.
we can't calibrate to nothing. You're gonna have to hold one of these with the other
Right.
one.
Right. Yeah, it's man, I don't know what you do about that because
You let reality teach them. Like, oh, it's not this new thing doesn't work all the time. Oh man, if only there was some other idea we could have compared this with to find out if there was something that could work more often than never. Huh. So
I mean,
yeah.
but the funny thing to me is I think you see it in business. It's just not that popular. Because I think a lot of times you might come across some old business person with some boring business idea
Hmm.
that's getting rich.
Yep.
And the new flashy person is they get an investment and they get in public, you know, recognition. And if you look at the books, they may not just be getting raking in the cash like that old idea was raking in the cash.
Right. Like we got lots of revenue, but you also got a lot of expenses though. Have you looked at the expense report? This isn't working out. P&L is bad, y'all. You're doing wrong. It's not working out long term.
Right. But
I
the
made
boring
money
old
though.
idea might just still be working.